8, nomination of Kenneth G. Goodenow to the Board of Ethics from Mayor William P. Canoy dated February 11, 2015, submitting for the council's review and confirmation the above nomination.
Can I have a motion to approve Communication 138?
So moved.
Second?
I think that was moved by Mr. Onishi, and I couldn't hear the second.
Second?
Oh, Ms. Poindexter, thank you. Okay, Shar, are you?
Yes, I am. Good
ready?
morning, Chair and members of the committee. Mayor Kanoy's nominee to the Hawaii County Board of Ethics is Mr. Kenneth G. Goodenow. He is a lifelong resident of Hawaii, currently self-employed lawyer who was previously employed with Carl Smith Ball LLP. From 2005 to 2010, Mr. Goodenow was employed by the County of Hawaii as manager in the clerk's office. He is currently a board member of the Bay Clinic and Crime Stoppers. He serves as a treasurer of the Hawaii County Democratic Party and states that he's a member of that party. If confirmed, he will serve a term to expire on December 31st of 2019. He will replace Bernard Balsis, whose term expired on December 31st of 2014.
Mr. Goodenow, would you like to say a few words before I open it up to the council members?
Well, thank you. Good morning. I apologize. Maybe I'm a little overdressed. I had a nice Aloha shirt, but I didn't get out of court in time and just walked across the street. But I'd like to thank the mayor. I'm honored to be nominated to serve on the Board of Ethics. I'm open to any questions you might have, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Council members?
Madam Chair.
Mr. Goodenow.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to mention to you, Madam Chairperson, the council, and the public that I have a matter coming before the Board of Ethics. So in the abundance of caution, in the interest of all full disclosure, and avoid any appearance of impropriety, I'm going to recuse myself from this vote. So I just wanted to let you know and the public know as well.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Goodenow. Any other comments,
Madam
council
Chair.
members?
Then, Madam Chair.
Who is that, Mr. Iligan?
Yeah, go.
Council Member Onishi was first, and I just wanted to let you know I'm second.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Onishi.
Okay, thank you. I've known Kenny for like when I first got in 2008. We worked closely together. He helped mentor me in learning the ropes of being a council member, and I know that you'll be able to make proper decisions, and that you did as a clerk had issues within with other council members in the past, but things worked out, so that was great, and so I do support you. The only thing I would request is that if there is any issues, I guess, within the council or the clerk's office or whatever, that maybe you should recuse yourself, because of being your wife works in this also section, right? So that's the only thing I just hope that you can do. Thank you.
Should I respond?
You can say something.
Oh, well, I thank you for that, and I also wanted to disclose that I did do a courtesy call to all the council members, and Mr. Kanuha did call me back and immediately informed me of what he said, and so we didn't discuss anything at all in that regard. But as to Mr. Onishi's statement, yes, my wife is an employee of the county clerk's office. We were married after I was deputy county clerk, I believe, at the time. But I don't foresee any issues like that. But of course, I will keep all conflicts in mind. But I hope that at the same time, my knowledge of what is involved in being a council member and what the public, expects and what they do will assist me, hopefully, in providing guidance. But thank you for that comment and making that clear.
Thank you. Mr. Iligan, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to say that I respect Mr. Goodenow, and I just want to take this time to address some concerns, because as this position, I was elected by the people in my district, and one of the individuals from my district testified, and there was some legal matters that he had issues on, and I feel like it's my responsibility to at least be a voice for him, since he is one of the constituents in District 4. And I want to bring up our corporation council, and I want to ask you, are there any legal issues that were brought up that is a concern regarding the nomination of Mr. Goodenow?
Good morning, committee members. Molly Stebbins, Corporation Counsel. I'm sorry, can you clarify which testifiers, your comments you're referring to?
Mr. Dan Cole, he brought up some legal concerns. As a person who has no lawyer experience or expertise, I rely on your legal background for that guidance and advice. And I wanted to know legally his concerns are being addressed, and as he is one of the constituents in District 4, I feel like it's my duty to at least put his issue up in front and be brought up to your department.
Okay, sure. I don't see any conflict that's presented with Mr. Goodenow's nomination. I'm sure that if he is appointed to the board, as situations are presented, he'll appropriately weigh the circumstances and determine if he needs to recuse himself. But, I appreciate Mr. Cole testifying before this committee today. I don't think that the concerns that he raised present any problems with Mr. Goodenow's nomination.
Thank you so much for that opinion. Mr. Goodenow?
Thank you. If I could just add to that, I purposely did not follow any recent Board of Ethic cases. I've not tried to look up past agendas, just to, wait until I've been briefed by Corporation Counsel, and review the charter and the code. However, I will say that, the open, and I won't make any statements about cases because, I'll be instructed by Corp Counsel. I understand and appreciate that. But in general, the charter provides that elected and appointed officials, officers, employees shall demonstrate the highest standard of official conduct, so that the public will have the trust of the integrity of the government. And that's a very important role. And I assure you that every complaint, I will give it my foremost attention because it is really important. And maybe I'm going allow me to digress for a minute. But one of the reasons why I felt called to help, to volunteer, in our government was, and the reason I put Ethics Commission and not something else as something I'd be interested in was, before there was a lot of acrimony, I felt, among council members on the east-west divide. Now, you may say, well, how does this apply to the ethics code? But in how we treat the public is very important, and to acknowledge their concerns. And I must say, there's been so much improvement in that area. I mean, I give credit to the mayor, to the council members here, especially the Kona council members, too. I feel much more, proud, I guess is the word, right? And I want to be involved, to volunteer my time in this area. And the public, that's what we're here for. They deserve, it's not only just the merits, right or wrong, it's how people are treated. And I will always keep that in mind. Thank you for that question.
Well, thank you for stepping up. And I know you don't have much time, but you're willing to serve that limited time to do service for the community. So I really appreciate that. And you've been very involved with the community, and you definitely have my support in your nomination. Thank you.
Karen?
Go ahead.
Ms. Willie.
Ms. Willie?
Margaret Willie. Hi, Ken. Yeah, I support you, and I appreciate your statement. And, yeah, other than Councilmember Onishi punching me once in a while, well, or me punching him, well, we're doing really well, I think. One question I have, and to the extent that you can answer it, is sort of the relationship between the county code and union contracts. So how do you view that?
Well, first, I'm a little reluctant to provide a response, given that any position of the Board of Ethics, right, should be represented through their attorney, which would be the Office of Corporation Counsel. That being said, I think my only comment would be the Board of Ethics duties are really defined in the code. Now, there's gray areas as to what constitutes, fair treatment, but I think the code guides the duties of the commission, and I will follow that. That doesn't really answer your question, but you can understand my position too, right? I don't want to make a comment now and then I get on the board, and then really there should be a more formal response.
Okay.
Is my comment.
Okay. It's an area of concern to me. So.
I'm happy to meet with you anytime to provide my views on that.
And there have been split decisions, which trumps which, so.
Yeah, I agree. That's
Thanks. And I think that we could use some clarity. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Willie. Any other council members?
Yes, Karen, it's me, Aaron.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Chung.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I strongly support this nomination, and thank you very much, Kenny, for stepping up. I appreciate your statements that you made prior to Ms. Willie speaking, and it really explains your motivation for wanting to do this. The Board of Ethics, I've always, for a long time, felt that this is probably one of the most important commissions. One of the lesser-known ones, of course, but nonetheless a very important one, if not the most important commission of the county, in as much as we're dealing with the public trust issues, and you talked about that earlier. So, I really believe that you have the necessary professionalism, background, and the integrity to do a fine job. And, just don't be afraid to just call them like you see them, right? Yeah. Thank you, Kenny.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chung. Anybody else hasn't spoken?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Mr. Paleka.
Thank you, Kenny, for coming this morning. I too would like to support your nomination, and thank you very much for serving.
Thank you.
And I know ethics isn't. Carl Kawahara served a long time, and I got a lot from him. But thank you very much.
Okay. Ms. David, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Aloha, Mr. Goodenow. I would just like to express my support for your nomination. We've worked together for several years, and you have always been a fair and a just person, and I look forward to, no, I don't look forward to seeing you on the board, before the board of ethics, but I really support your nomination, and I really believe you're going to do an excellent job, given your background and experience. So, aloha.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other council members? Okay, and before we take the vote, I would just like to thank you, Mr. Goodenow, for all of your years of service in various capacities, and I'm going to be supporting your nomination as well. So, all in favor of communication 138, please say aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? I think that'll be 9 ayes. And
Excuse me, carry off. That's 8 ayes, and Mr. Kanoha recused himself from that vote.
That's right. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, 8 ayes and 1 is recused. And then I'll also mention that Mr. Goodenow, you don't have to show up at the council meeting. We'll go ahead and finish up this process.
And Madam
Okay,
Chair,
thank you very much.
may we have 5 minutes to shake Mr. Goodenow's hand and congratulate him?
Yes, let me know. Just let me know when you're ready to resume, and I'll call a short recess at this time.
Thank you.